Hello and welcome everyone to this weekly Go4 Modern Combat 5 Red January Cup number 4. I'm Haxer here today with Peter Counterfeit. We're going to be getting into some action-packed Modern Combat gameplay.
10 of the best joining us here for Red January Cup number 4. We have had a little bit of a change to our expected lineup as one of the teams has had to have had an administrative decision against them, which means we have moved up the bracket a little bit further than expected. But to start us off, we will have new gens going up against VIP and Vet. Vol 2, we're going up against Nuclear Winter, the Destiny Tryouts team. We're going up against Omega Emperor, and the winner of Cold Hearted and Confident will be going up against Score Gaming, our number 2 seed for the day.
Yeah, it's quite a few familiar faces we are seeing today. Score has been trying to go at this for quite a long time, but they always seem to fall short. So maybe we'll see some better results from them this time, especially since it doesn't seem like they're going to be facing against too many people from a high seed for a while.
No, though the Destiny Tryout team, who are just a couple of spaces above them in the brackets, despite their name, did some pretty good stuff back in January Cup number 3, only losing out to Victory of Lord's main team, I believe, in the semi-finals or finals themselves. So I'll be very much looking forward to seeing what the Destiny guys can do as well.
We'll just keep an eye on those brackets because these team matchups will be probably going quite quickly. As you see, we are practically in the quarters, meaning we should also even start up our giveaways. This is a kind of weird thing to do starting up a stream, but since we are already inside of the quarterfinals for most of our teams, our first giveaway will be on our Twitch page. If you want to have a chance to win those credits for Modern Combat 5, head over to our Twitch page, type in hashtag RO16. We'll still use hashtag RO16 just because gonna go with the flow, gotta keep the tradition alive, you know. But
oh, absolutely. And as much as you guys might be ultra familiar with this, for any of you people who are joining the stream for the first time, you can join in these giveaways irrespective of which platform you are primarily watching on. And also, even if you're not an iOS player, you can still win the 400 credits. So if you're watching on Twitch, that's all well and good. But if you're watching on somewhere like Facebook, just drop across your entry to Twitch. It will still be counted even if you don't stay on the page, and you can join in all 4 of the giveaways over the course of today.
Just stay tuned as we are getting set up for our first match in this broadcast. And here we go, the first game for today. We have Destiny Tryouts versus Omega Empire at it on Scramble.
Yeah, these guys have got a little bit of history of their own. Back in our last cup, number 3, these very self-same teams did clash. Destiny Tryouts did win out at that stage against Omega Empire. Of course, the Omega's going to be looking for a little bit of old-fashioned revenge, but it seems like it may just be their tactics that are old-fashioned, as Destiny are giving them a good old booting in the early going.
Yeah, just starting off this game, you can see how aggressive Destiny is being, just pushing in to where they are spawning, and we're not really seeing too much pushback from Omega Empire. They are trying to play defensively, they are trying to just stay back and try to stay safe with their teams, but the way that Destiny Tryouts is playing, it seems like it's working a lot better than Omega might think.
Yeah, it's honestly really impressive stuff in the early going. Big standout players are going to be Wrecked, Saraz, and Sultan, all with very good records. The Omega Empire barely getting out of the blocks here in the early going. Minute and a half already down. Omega do manage to find a couple of trade kills there to be able to start climbing back up that mountain, but Destiny have already stamped their authority on our very first on-stream game. I'm sure other teams will be taking notice of the fate of the Omega Empire.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes of the game, they almost have 20 kills already. Just quite a feat that they have been putting on for this game. Also, the fact that they're able to just keep this spawn trap going so strong is just a very, very effective thing. As you see right here, they're just keep on letting these Omega players just spawn in the back, just helps them repeatedly get these kills. And as you see, they're already at halfway point of the score limit.
It's Destiny Tryout team did as we said before, the Destiny Tryout teams did make it to the grand finals of Cup number 3 last time round, so we're expecting big things from them, and they seem to be delivering right now, getting those kill streaks come in as well. And yep, the line which Omega are just running into again and again, getting cut to pieces. Destiny just really putting on a show for us today.
Yeah, they are controlling this bunker themselves. They were just keeping them spawn trapped before, but Omega Empire is still pushing them, although they know it's quite a bad thing to do. You can see how they just keep on going into the line of sight of all these snipers and just constantly getting struck down by these kill streaks, getting struck down by these long-range weapons, and they're not really adjusting their playstyle at all. As you see, they just keep on trying to push this main doorway, and these snipers just keep on hitting everyone down.
As well, Destiny's sending out Devon X into the field beyond this defensive line that has worked so well for Destiny. Now 13-3. Really impressive stuff so far as Destiny look to close out this game one extremely quickly. That's probably the biggest lead I've ever seen a team get. 38 kills ahead and not even at the 3-minute remaining mark. Crazy good stuff from the Destiny Tryouts team.
Well, Omega Empire will have one more chance to redeem themselves. It's kind of unfortunate that they did get matched up against such a strong team, especially since Destiny did make it actually to the finals last time, and I believe they lost early on in the last cup. So we'll have to see if they are able to come back in the next map, which will be a team battle on streets. and we are on our next map, a team battle on streets. Now going to be using some slightly different tactics, as we are going to have more close range gunfights. We do see some of the players on Omega having those heavy players, but Destiny still up to the same old thing, using those snipers.
Destiny absolutely dominated in game number 1. We'll see if we can get something a little bit different for the second round of competition between these guys. Omega Empire, the team from France, facing up against Destiny from the USA. But at least in the early going, it's looking a lot more even than it was in game 1.
Yeah, we do see them performing slightly better. However, Destiny still is just holding on to that lead. But we do have to just keep an eye on that, see if they're able to hold onto the center building, if they're able to do slightly better than before.
We've got Destiny moving around as a unit, but not being able to do too much as of yet. Respawns are coming in to try and keep the numbers relatively even. It's worth noting that the Omega Empire have got just 4 players at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate as the brawling continues to intensify in these indoor areas.
Destiny still just trying to keep control of this center building. However, not having too many of these close range weapons does make it slightly hard to do so. The fact that we see a lot of these heavy players coming out from Omega, they're just doing some quite heavy damage to these Destiny players. As you see right there, I made you read this, is actually just pushing in with the slack, doing some pretty good damage on the people on the balcony, and he almost did clear out that area for his team, at least for a brief moment. So they still do have a solid fighting chance for this second game so far.
Yeah, Major Reed is doing some pretty good work, though if we look across to the side of Destiny, it's Devon ranking up at the top of the scoreboard right now with a pretty impressive 6-4 record, only eclipsed by Sultan, who's just overtaken, going up to 7-4 themselves. Pretty good stuff. Though it's worth noting, we mentioned that we had the missing player for Omega Empire. Destiny also have gone down to a 4-person unit, so hopefully that will help even things up, but perhaps they're actually getting less even as time goes on.
Destiny just trying to keep a iron fist on this center building, and you can see Sour is just shutting down all these players who are rushing in. The BSW just no-scoping all these players. These snipers, you might not think they're really good for close range, but Destiny is proving otherwise.
Absolutely dominant for a reason, though. We are seeing a little bit more variety here from the Destiny side, able to leverage some of the unique attributes of those other classes as well. Just under 4 minutes left to go. Destiny more than doubling the score of the Omega Empire, who come in as our number 6 seed, but seem to be getting absolutely planted in this game.
They did start off a lot better than before. They are even scoring higher than the last game. However, just Destiny has such a solid lead over them so far. It's probably impossible for them to recover at this point in time. Already only 4 minutes in the game. Destiny only needs to get 7 more kills to finish it up, and Omega is not stopping now. They're just continuously rushing in hopes of getting any more kills.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the Omega Empire are learning from the Destiny Tryout squad, which is an odd kind of combination of things to say there, but Destiny's Tryout squad are anything but a kind of a thrown together operation. As we mentioned before, managing to make it all the way through to the finals of the last time. A tryout team normally going to be a lot less coherent, but when it comes to Destiny, they train extremely seriously.
Well, that will be it for that matchup. Destiny going to be moving up against Omega Empire into our semifinals for today, since that is actually the first quarterfinal match we are seeing for today. In the meantime, let's actually take a look at our bracket, see if there has been any other changes as well. If not, we will get into our giveaway. Alright, well, looks like they're actually going to be the first ones to move up, other than the thing that happened between VIP and Vet. So they're going to be the first ones in the semifinal. Score still just waiting for Cold-Hearted or Confident to finish up their matchup. So hopefully we'll be seeing some results from that sometime soon. And since we are now done with that, we are going to be finishing up our Twitch giveaway. We had it going on since the start of the stream. Hope you guys are ready for this, as we will get the winner in just a few short moments.
While waiting for that to be sorted out, to confirm today, we have Winter from ASL running things behind the scenes, so please do show them some appreciation if you catch them in the chat or around. The admins, of course, working hard as always to make sure you guys have a wonderfully swift tournament. With the teams we've got in here today, we've certainly seen some very dominant performances in the early going, so we may well be banging through this tournament pretty darn quickly.
Alright, and we do have our Twitch giveaway winner for today. Congratulations to Leo 38. All you need to do is post your dog tag and platform into the chat to claim your prize.
That is a lot of Leos, perhaps the most Leos that I've ever come across. But you need that many Leos to be a winner. And maybe you too, if you've got a long enough name, can be a winner on one of our other platforms, because we've got we've got the 3 other giveaways before we are done today.
And talking about the other giveaways, since we are now done with our Twitch one, and since we are already on our quarterfinals, we can actually start up our next one as well. Our next giveaway is going to be on our Facebook page. All you need to do on our Facebook page is type in #quarter for a chance to win those credits for Modern Combat 5.
Once again, I'll be putting out the details across all the different platforms, but bear in mind, even if you're watching on YouTube or on Mob Crush like you guys have been, you can always drop across to facebook.com/moderncombat, drop in your comment, and be eligible for that 400 credit prize.
We will be back in just a few short moments once we have another matchup set up. If that's not the case, we will also be doing some custom games today as well. Alright, well, it is taking a while to get into our next match, so in the meanwhile, we will be doing a custom game. If you guys want to join this, feel free to get in on the action yourself. Passkey should be ESL123. The lobby is up. A free-for-all on construction site, and I'm not going to be spectating. I'm actually going to be playing myself. So let's get in that. Let's get in the player spot right there. 11 spots in the player spots left, so make sure you do get in.
I was going to say, Haxel, you're the main attraction here.
Oh,
Can't be watching from the sidelines like old me with me old broken legs. You know, there was a day when I would take to the field for Modern Combat 5, but it's not this day, with all of my limbs broken and also my face fallen off. I'll leave it to those who are slightly less inept at Modern Combat 5. Haxel, in recent free-for-alls, I think you've been doing pretty well for yourself, considering that you have the largest possible target on your back.
Oh, I think last time I played a free-for-all, I think I got, it was like third, but I technically counted it as second because I had the same amount of kills. But you know, we'll try to do something like that again. We'll just really have to see who we're going to be facing up against right here. We do have a few people already in the lobby. So we do have people watching, we do have people just flowing in. If you guys want to join yourselves on iOS, all you need to do is type in ESL123 to get into this lobby.
Those slots will be filling up faster. Please do come quick if you want to show off your skills on stream. Of course, as always, these custom games are fertile hunting grounds for the teams who are playing in these tournaments to spot new upcoming talent. So come and show off what you are capable of. Certainly seen a few of the tournament players come through here as well when they're not competing on the tournament field.
Alright, we've got some more people joining in right now. 7 out of 12. I feel like this is a decent number to start with. You can have people just flowing in as we are playing the game. As you see, there are still some slots left, so just make sure you do get in. Passkey ESL123. And let's get into this free-for-all construction site. Let's see if I actually could do better than last time. We do have some frightening faces in here, but I have to stay confident about this.
Well, it's always good to go in with a full head of steam. Let's see what Haxel can do as he takes on the community in a 1v6 competition.
No, I know there's a guy back here, and I don't know. There we go, we got one of them. I know there's going to be a guy up here, and there's going to be a guy behind me. So I just want to get on this balcony as quickly as possible, just because it's slightly safer. I just have to be careful for... Wait a second. Wait, what was he doing there? I'm so confused. Okay, I walk forward, and he's right behind me? Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I was just watching my back too hard that I didn't even see the person in front of me. I'm confused right now. At least I got the kill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being number one on the scoreboard with almost a minute down and dusted, not too shabby. It's very difficult to stay ahead when there's so many different people fighting. A lot of tactical movement is going to come into play here. Yes, giving Duffy Hacksaw is Backsaw.
Yes, indeed.
And playing for your amusement. Haxel, if you were giving advice to the Modern Combat 5 players of Tomorrowland, what would you say is the key to your success in these free-for-alls?
Getting a lot of headshots, honestly, because, you know, headshots are quite strong, instant kills. You know, you could spray and hope that you get a headshot. It's, you know, I don't know. I don't really actually know why I succeed sometimes. These players are really good. It's just really getting used to it. As long as you play the game enough, you'll get to a point where you perform quite well. Also, he just like super lag killed me right there. I was behind the wall, but I was still getting shot. I'm confused.
Well, at the moment we have not sure who that is. One of the RIP members up as our top banana in this game. 8 and 4 so far. Haxel, down to 5th is literally the halfway point in a 9-person game, so not too shabby. I mean, for something which I've been trying to figure out is, you know, it's certainly the traditional in real-world gunplay that people seem to mostly aim for center and mash just because it's easier to hit overall. But I'm guessing that the armor applies a lot more strongly to shots hitting in the chest than they do in the head.
Well, headshots are insta-kill, no matter what weapon you are using, unless it's a really bad weapon like the Saber. But for the most part, yes, you do want to go for body shots just because it's a slightly better target. If you are a super pro player, you're going to be going for those headshots all the time, just because you want to take them down with as little bullets as possible. As you see, it's a lot faster aiming at the head than trying to aim for the body, because you have no idea how long it'll take to actually take a player down, especially if they have extra HP.
Well, you just got bosked, but only 3 points away from that #1 spot. Isn't too bad of a place to be. Let's see how things pan out. Hacks are going to be chasing that #1 spot and your hearts. Rahan Shah, asking which device you're using, Haxel, to play on today.
I play on an iPhone 6s. I was going to upgrade it, but those plans fell out of the way, so I'm going to be waiting until the next gen of iPhones and stuff to hopefully improve my hardware, get those better graphics, get those better frame rates. I feel like it would make the game feel a lot better as well. Alright, well, I'm fighting people. Issue is I'm not getting the kills. Also, my sensitivity is like wonking out right now. I'm trying to slide my finger and it's not actually rotating. So that's unfortunate. You know, maybe Apple is trying to nerf my device early so I can upgrade right now.
Definitely a pretty healthy persecution complex you got going there, Haxel, but hey, whatever it takes to make those big bucks. Haxel, you're starting to slip down the table a little bit, not to, well, I say starting to slip down the table, you're actually bottom of the table right now.
Oh.
Not to, you know, kind of like make your day worse or anything, but, oh boy, I think you are right about these being some pretty potent Modern Combat 5 players we've got in this game.
I have to be careful. They're all around me. And they're all using recons. Actually, a lot of them are using recons. I could swap it up and use a recon myself. Oh, I could also use this thing. I equipped this. I still haven't used this gun at all. So, might as well attempt it and see how it works out. I also could get the shield. I have the other shield good and ready to go. People might get upset that I'm using this, but we're gonna use it just because. Why take bullets when you don't need to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh well, never mind. You got fairly close. And someone else got the kill, so I call that a win, I guess, maybe.
I think it's because I was reloading. The one time you're actually vulnerable when you put your shield down, when you reload. Alright, where are they at? They're somewhere here. Got one. Alright. Oh, there's one there and I'm reloading again. You know, I should be pretty careful about my reloads. I feel like that's what's letting me down, especially since this shield is quite tanky. But we'll see how this works out. I'm still pretty far down the board. I want to see if I can come back at all. Got some players over here. I didn't want to aim in there, but I could have actually possibly killed them if I shot. I know there's someone over here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. There's also a guy behind me, but now I have my sights on him. He is in a whole load of trouble.
So,
oh no, maybe not. Maybe I am.
Oh. I'm not sure with the command. It's good to see the players taking a little bit of time out of this furious free-for-all to deliver a show of respect to yourself right at the end of things.
Alright. So you're saying something about the commander, right?
Yes, so when the commander's reloading, we've kind of got this, we've got the shield kind of being cast aside a little bit. But I do wonder, is the shield still considered to be an obstacle in terms of if you reload but look over to the right while you're doing it, will your shield still cover you from the direction where it appears to be on screen?
I believe it does, but that would be something we'd have to test out. And also, I think I did quite bad that game. You know, I feel like we could have done a lot better. We started out quite good, but it started going downhill from there. Maybe we just needed to retool ourselves in the lobby, in the armory, see what's up with that, close out the advertisements, you know, all the common stuff.
Well, maybe next time. Maybe you guys. Last time I was playing on stream, actually, the chat gave me some really good advice, but I think perhaps my play is of a low enough level that it's easier to give advice for because there's a lot of basic stuff that I'm not doing correctly. But we'll see. Maybe we can use some of that top quality merchandise to try and be the difference makers. Did you do any of the shield rushes with the commander? That's pretty fun.
I did do the shield rush with the other shield. It was the other prestige shield, however, which it doesn't have spikes on it. So now we got a shield with spikes. I feel like I could do some more spiky damage. We'll have to see how it turns out. I've never used this shield before, so I have no idea how much damage it actually does. You know, but there's a first time for everything, so we'll be able to try that out now. I still don't have the attachments for this, as you see. They're all locked up, so I have to work on that sometime. I could use some of the other weapons. I did enjoy using the Mark V before. I enjoyed how it worked, but we're gonna be just staying with this one and see how I could do with it. I don't have any attachments though, so that's gonna be a bit more difficulty.
I would have expected the commander to really be something that you'd be kind of getting the most out of in an organized team environment, just because of presumably the commander's trading off quite a lot of kill potential for the shield. But you still think that it would be a viable tactic in free-for-all?
Well, I've done okay with it in free-for-all before, especially since a lot of people with the recon, as long as I focus my sights on them, it's a lot easier to take them down. But it really just depends on the players. It really depends on if I'm getting surrounded on all sides. We'll have to see how that turns out in the end. I'm also going to equip another recon class real quick and get some armor equipped with it as well. And this time I'll leave the armor cores enabled. The only reason I like disabling them is because then people have extra HP and stuff, and man, I don't like that. But we'll see how it turns out if I'm just using this normally.
Let's see. Just waiting to see what's going on with the tournament at the moment. I'm just going to have a quick check off screen to see if we've had any advances. Vol 2 and the Destiny Tryouts team have both made it through to the semi-finals. I think we've had a bit of a delay, though, on the Score Gaming quarterfinal, which we mentioned a little bit before. So things will lag a little bit on the lower end of the bracket, but at least on the upper half of things, and for Destiny Tryouts, we are charging towards our tournament's conclusion with only a few teams left before we can fill out those semi-finals entirely.
Alright, well, our second custom game is going to be going up right now with the same stats as well. ESL123, if you guys want to get in the lobby, feel free to join up as it is live. Oh, and I almost posted it Rush. Let's quickly correct that. So we're not playing on Rush, because that would be not as fun as I would want it to be. There we go. Scramble free-for-all. Now it should be good to go.
Ah, yes, the old scrambled eggs. Well, if you guys would like to come and play, just as always, ESL123, the passkey that will get you through the door and on to the stream. Please do come and join us. We'll only be able to fit in so many of these during the stream today, and there's always a possibility that this may be our very last one. So get in while you can, and show off your skills for the world to see.
Alright, we already got some players joining in right now. We got some pro players as well. SARS, who we saw just a few moments ago, playing in that Destiny game. So I have to keep my eye out for that. Maybe gonna get sniped a few times, but maybe the commander, the shield, will save me. We'll find out.
Well, you have got spiky bits, and who can honestly ask for anything more in this life or the next?
We'll find out how effective those spiky bits are, because I still haven't used this shield yet. I have no idea how much damage it actually does. I think a normal shield bash is supposed to do like 80 damage before it gets reduced by armor. So I'm hoping this thing does slightly more. I'm hoping it does like 100. That's almost enough to kill most people, but we'll find out.
I'd imagine you're kind of looking at this sort of situation where both, you get into a duel with someone, you both empty your weapons at each other, don't quite kill each other, and then the shield comes in as the thing that kind of makes it work right at the end. And I will see. I'm looking forward to seeing you make sandwiches out of people against walls. Though I suppose the same sort of thing applies as with melee kills. If you're busy pasting someone with your shield, then someone else can walk up behind you and shoot in the head.
Well, we did get that match filled up quite quickly, as you can see. We have a full 12 to start this off. So I'll have to watch all angles, because there could be a player anywhere. We'll find out how this turns out in just a few short moments as we load in to our the second custom game for today. Also, guys, keep in mind there is a giveaway still going on right now with the hashtag quarter. I believe it was on our Facebook page, so make sure you are still entering that. We probably will be drawing sometime soon as well, just so we can continue on with the giveaways for today.
Alright, let's get things started.
Or what? I already loaded in and there was already people fighting. I thought I was going to be like game starting, kind of stuff, but apparently not. That did nothing!
That did about 20 damage?
Oh no, I think that 20 damage was from me shooting him once. I don't think it actually did the impact damage. We're going to see if this does it again. Well, there's a first for everything. I just got shot by a Dreadeye. I was able to block some of the bullets, but I didn't realize in time, and they actually broke down my shield. The one downside to having snipers on the enemy side. And the one downside to having 12 players in a match is they get spawned right behind you instantly. Like, what are these spawns right here? I don't know. My game's freezing. Can I hit the guy with the shield at least? At least I got him with the shield. Alright. Let's see how many people I can clunk with the shield this match. We have one so far. Can I have all my kills be shield kills?
Ooh, that opens up a possibility for an interesting custom game. What about a shield-only custom game? That would take forever, but it might be fun.
I'm getting shot by a sniper somewhere. I don't know where I got hit by, but I got hit by a sniper. I'm quite spooked. You shot through my shield too much. Oh, it's really good. It can take some shots. This shield is actually quite slow compared to the other prestige one, though. It makes me feel like a slug. I know there's a guy in here, so we're gonna charge him. We're gonna get him. It didn't get any of them, but there's a lot of people here, so we're gonna try to take at least some of them out. Reload this real quick, just to be safe. And there's a sniper to my right, and they just know they're hunting for me, trying to get me when I'm at my most vulnerable.
Resigns iOS. The Facebook page name is Modern Combat, so it's facebook.com/Modern Combat if you want to join in our giveaway for the day while this custom game is ongoing. We will be ending the Facebook giveaway relatively soon because our tournament is going through at quite an alarming rate. And we need to get all 4 of those tournaments giveaways done before we are finished for the day.
Now, I'm getting flashed a lot, which is not the most enjoyable thing ever. Also, you can kind of see how slow the shield is. Look, I'll remove the shield, and you'll see I'll just become so quick now. But now I'm very vulnerable. And even when I put the shield back up, I just die. Man, this lag compensation. What are you doing to me, game? I just wanna shield bash them dudes. It's a lot harder to do. But we'll find out. It does a lot more damage, I realized. And I realized there's also a lot more snipers on this map as well. Probably because it's scramble and there's a lot of these open lanes for people to deal with. You trying to do like a 360 no-scope to me or something? I don't know. Did I at least hit him? Someone just took my kill. What is going on here? I'm confused. Man.
What a world, what a world.
I just want to get people killed with the shield. It's not working out too well. I also did set up a recon class, but I think it's kind of too late to switch to that right now. Might as well just stick with this.
You gotta commit harder. We have received some tournament news. The Confident versus Score Gaming quarterfinal is about to start, or at least we're about to get the key for it. So we may not be able to run it all the way through to the end of this custom game. We'll keep you guys posted. Yes, we have got the pass key for that. So I'm afraid we may well have to leave you with the unanswered question of, will Hacksaw take that #1 spot from where he is right now? Maybe not.
Feels bad, man. I'm just trying to run at people with the shield. The shield hit registration is so terrible that it's very rare for me to actually do that. I can shoot at people just fine, but trying to hit them with the shield, I don't think it's very likely for me to get any more kills in this match. So we will be swapping over while we are getting into our next tournament match. Make sure you are still entering on our Facebook page, as that giveaway will be getting drawn soon. Getting into our first match between Confident and Score Gaming, we have a team battle on the Scramble. Both teams already at it, using these snipers to get their angles set up and ready to go. And Confident seems like they're pretty confident about this game. They have some people trying to rush up, but Mercy is going to be the first one to get taken down.
Yes, as it will be the American team Confident against the Mexican Score Gaming, who, as we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, have been a team that have played an awful lot, but have often had the top accolades of Modern Combat 5 denied to them. At least in this first quarterfinal match, they are starting things out pretty strongly, going up 4-1 in the early going. We'll see what Score can show us in our first match for them on stream.
Well, we do see Confident starting to pick up some more kills of their own with these sniper rifles. And they did actually lose a player, which does put them at a slight disadvantage. Score still just picking up a massive amount of kills. That fifth player finally connecting back right there, so they might have a better chance at securing some angles. Score just going to be holding onto the back. We do have some players, like number 2, going for the bit more aggressive route. We see him pushing up right here. He's able to get a nice quick scope on Mercy and back off.
Yeah, Score looking pretty good in the early salvo of play. Much as we're kind of expecting to see this be a pretty dominating game for Score, coming in as our number 2 seed against, I think, our lowest... Confident are our lowest seeded team here today, though it doesn't mean we should necessarily count them out, because some of these new teams, they tend to be, can sometimes consist of more veteran players.
Confident is competing quite well, only 2 points away from Score. Score gonna get kind of pincered into this back corner. We have a bomber getting deployed as well, so they do have to be careful for that, depending on whose bomber it is. And it looks like it is coming from Confident. If that does hit those Score members, it could do some pretty hefty damage. Confident still just watching the exits, making sure that Score can't escape from that small little corner. We have some people like Heck number 2 pushing in, or gonna get wiped out of that location.
Confident already have taken out Cold Hearted on their way to this particular dance. Score managing to maintain a small but substantial lead. NC5 Tax saying that Gemi is a player from the side of Confident who has got Invictus. Interesting.
So he was playing for a different team before then, for one of those monthly finals, at least scoring the top 3. So they do have some quite good players on their team. We'll have to see how well they do compete throughout this game right here. Right now, Score is just doing their best to keep the lead, but it's not a very massive lead as well. And we do see Confident being quite aggressive, having these recon players push up 2 at a time, making it a lot more difficult for Score to actually snipe them individually. And it has been working to a degree so far. Score is still fighting back, but Confident is pushing ever so slightly.
Yes, Gemi is actually one of the Confident players who's, I think, doing pretty well at the moment. Their top scorer is actually a member of Bull Nation. That's another team. So I presume that's where that camo has been earned from. Certainly Bull Nation being a team who have been around a lot and have had their own share of successes. I think it's just... Yes, Gemi and Mercy, both Bull Nation players for the Confident side. So I will see how the Hondurans do in their new environment.
Well, right now Score is doing quite well at keeping up 36-30 with only 2 minutes left in this match right here. Score switching up their playstyle as well, as we see Owen actually go to a recon class. Now it's pretty much up to these final few kills. Score only needing 10. Confident only needing 16 more to go. Score is going to just be trying to bunker in this back. Just wait for these players to push up. Wait for anything that they can use to get the lead back. Score, however, just continuously picks up these multi-kills.
Yes, actually having checked in, it looks like there's 3 members of the Confident lineup are, if not former, then or at least have played for Bull Nation in the past, but it looks like Score Gaming, nonetheless, perhaps taking advantage of a lack of cohesion, a lack of experience of the Confident side as a team so far, and looks to be putting this game at one of our quarterfinals to bed pretty decisively with a 10-kill advantage.
Quite an interesting first game of this matchup. We do see how well Score was able to do in that, but since the next match is going to be a team battle on streets, you're going to see a lot more close range locations. The fact that we saw a lot more recon players from Confident could be their time to shine.
Oh, for sure. Maybe we'll get a more definitive answer one way or the other. Of course, the other quarterfinals have been going on for a little while, so we're starting to see the brackets fill out. VIP and Vet and Vol 2 will be our first semi-finals of the day, taking place at the same time as this quarterfinal, game 2 between Confident and Score. Whoever wins out between Confident and Score will go on to place against the dreaded Destiny Tryouts team who dominated Omega Empire a little bit earlier on in the broadcast. So, lots of fun matches coming you guys' way soon.
Alright, well, we almost did get into the second game between Score Gaming and Confident. However, it looks like something happened and they had to all leave the match before we could even start that. So do not worry, we will be getting into our next game in just a few short moments. But in the meantime, we will be starting up our next giveaway. Our next giveaway will be on our YouTube page. All you need to do is type in #semi on our YouTube page for a chance to win the credits for Modern Combat 5. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we will be back in just a few short moments. And we are in our second game between Confident and Score Gaming, finally added on the streets. I thought Confident was going to be using a lot more aggressive tactics with those recons, but we do still see some snipers as well.
Now, Score coming into this one after taking a pretty confident game number one. We'll see if the 3/5 of Bull Nation, along with their new members to form this team Confident playing on the blue side this time round, can do enough to beat out our number 2 seed, Score Gaming, looking for a little bit of redemption from recent tournaments.
Well, Score is a lot more evenly matched this game as well. We see Confident 7-7, even taking the lead for just a brief moment right here. Score also down a member, doesn't help out their cause at all. We see Gomitax on the roof trying to fend off 3 players from Confident, still just running around like a madman with that shotgun. Will he be able to take anyone out? No, he gets taken down by Mercy. Confident feeling a lot more confident about this match on streets.
For sure, with the numbers advantage, suddenly able to put a little bit of damage down, start building up that lead where they can, before seeing if we will get that 5th Score member back in the mix. Certainly Confident have a lot to make up for from the first game, but no reason why they can't change things around in the second and a potential third game to come.
Score just falling ever so slightly behind. We do see Confident kind of holding back a bit more now that they have the lead. They don't really need to be pushing in as aggressively. However, we still see them pushing in as a team, overwhelming these Score players. Owen going down, 9 going to the top, seeing some players on the top. Gomitax using that slack to do some damage, but gets taken down as well. This is a completely different Confident than we were seeing from the last game.
Absolutely, it certainly didn't come into this one we're expecting too much from the former Bull Nation players, but they have shown us that they're certainly what they are capable of, given the opportunity to try and stick the knife in on Score while they are vulnerable. Certainly taking advantage of every opportunity that is presenting itself, trying to accelerate towards a game to end as fast as possible. This quarterfinal will be determining again who will be facing up against the Destiny training team on the way to the grand finals.
Score still hasn't recovered their 5th player yet, but they're just trying to hold on. I feel like they could be doing a little bit better if they had a few more players maybe using close range fights, close range classes like Recon, like Assault, but we're not seeing that just yet. And speak of the devil, that 5th player just joined back.
Well, there you go. It might be a little bit too late with a 10 kill, now 11 kill deficit for Score Gaming to catch up on. However, we have seen crazier things in Mortal Kombat 5, but for the moment, Confident look to be in control.
Confident pushing up. We see Mercy using that pistol to his advantage, picking up 1 kill, knowing there's a few more next to him, taking some pretty heavy damage from the slack, but he's able to get out of there alive. Gomitax is on the chase, trying to take him down, knowing he's at low HP, but has to back off. Probably the safer thing to do, especially since Mercy did group up with his teammates once again. Mercy just showing no respect, going in with this pistol. It is quite an effective gun, but you would assume, especially that since he's a recon, that he'd be using that SMG.
Certainly would be more conventional, but perhaps Confident need to break with convention if they're going to survive here against Score. Certainly haven't seemed to have been slowed down too much by the return of the 5th Score member. Confident very close to hitting that 50 kill mark and evening up this series between the 2 teams. We're excited to see what these guys can do on Rush if Confident can close things out here.
You can kind of see how Score has gotten spawn trapped in this back location of the map. The fact that they have a lot of snipers looking in as well makes it very, very difficult for Score to actually escape. They're just going to constantly be picking up kills, only needing 4 more to actually finish off this second game, meaning we will be going into a rush.
Score gonna need to examine their connections, gonna need to examine their strategies. Who's Confident have all the momentum from game number 2. That tiebreaker should be a whole lot of fun to see who will be going forward in the tournament.
Make sure you are entering our giveaway on our YouTube page by typing in hashtag semi. That is still going on right now. We will be drawing it after a few matches. So make sure you do get that entry in. And here we are, the deciding match between Confident and Score Gaming. The last quarterfinal match for today as well is going to be on Vantage. Now, if you guys have never seen this mode before, it's quite a bit different than the standard team battle that we are usually seeing. The teams, they do get knocked out if they die, and they cannot respawn until the next round.
Yes, elimination style is a very different environment for these guys to be playing in. You've already got one of the Confidence members taken out in the early going. We've also got persistent power-ups that will last between rounds up until the point of a player's death. So winning a round is very good for a team, as much as you might expect. But also surviving a round has its own merits as well, even if your team cannot win.
Well, we do see Score already starting this off with a pretty good advantage. They were able to take down 3 members from Confident. However, Confident was able to take control of the relay early on in the game. Since they have that relay control, they will be getting some extra points as well. We do see Mercy getting rushed, however, by Gomitax. Gomitax taking them out and finishing up that first round. But that really shouldn't put Confidence too far behind. They were able to hold on to the relay for the first portion of the game. That did help them build up some points. So they should be quite even on perks, other than the perks that we see Score keeping from the last round.
Yeah, Score certainly going to have the momentum carrying forward. Doing some quite good early aggressive moves. Actually getting tagged a few times. Fabian going to be going down. Goentax, it trades across. Gibbs getting a kill. So Confident managing to fight their way back into the series now, 3 versus 2. If Score can somehow win out here with a numbers disadvantage, they will be looking extremely good. Managed to tag 1 kill more through. Tech trying to take cover, one of those former Bull Nation players still in the mix.
Well, the thing is, Confidence, they keep on getting this very, very aggressive spawn, very close to the relay, meaning they're able to just easily capture it. And it seems like every round, they're able to get it in the first 30 seconds, which does help out Score, or does help out Confidence quite a bit. As you see now, they just have to wait these final 40 seconds, and while they're waiting these final 40 seconds, they're also constantly getting points for their team. So they will be pretty buffed up if they do actually finish off this round with the victory. We still have Zenthi moving around though, still using a sniper rifle, so he could just finish off this match in 2 shots, and he is able to get the one on Jemmy, meaning there is a one-on-one situation. Now it's up to Tech just staying on the relay.
Tech very much aware that as much as capturing and holding onto the relay is a massive advantage for Confident, Tech just knowing that staying behind this transparent screen is a relative source of safety. The time is ticking away. Zenthi can't afford to wait this long, because there we go, the round goes by default to Confident. I think perhaps a bit of miscommunication on the Score side of things to not pull the trigger a little bit faster and at least go for an attempted last kill before the time ran out.
Well, yeah, he was trying to go in for that last kill. He was trying to go in for that relay to make it go into overtime. But the fact that it took so long for him to get to it really costed them that round. However, he is able to stay alive. I mean, he is able to keep his perks. But now we're going to have a very boosted up Confidence. They got the points from winning. They got the points from holding that relay for such a long time as well. They're going to have a lot of extra bonus perks to work with. And they're, as you see it again, they're ready going for that relay.
They're very good veteran instincts from the Bull Nation players on Confident to prioritize getting that relay very early on, giving themselves that insurance policy that even if they can't win in a straight fight against Score Gaming, they've got the default win condition to fall back on, or at least to draw Score into an environment where they'll be fighting at a disadvantage.
We see Gomitax trying to do some explosive damage from the bottom portion of the map. He does have that slack out, so he can hurt them a bit. And we do see Score actually just wiping out all those members from Confidence, with only one of their members going down. I mean, they're able to keep on to a lot of those perks, which will help them out in the upcoming round. Keep in mind, guys, they need to win 3 rounds to actually be the winner of this 3rd game. So if Score wins this last round right here, that will be it for our quarterfinals.
going up to face off against the Destiny Tryout team. I believe, because this has taken a little while to get going, that we may well have seen... we're waiting the result, rather, between VIP and Vet and Vol 2. So the bottom half of our bracket will be running a little bit slower than the top. But we are relatively soon going to be heading towards the actual grand finals themselves.
Here we have it. Confident once again going for that relay. They are down quite a few players. They are able to even it up, though. Owen getting taken down. 6-9 just going to be staying on the top, trying to stay behind this transparent glass. We have Fabian just trying to use this long range to his advantage. He knows there's a player up there, but doesn't know the exact moment he would want to peek. Gomitax alive as well. Going to be just waiting on the perfect opportunity to push in. Maybe just waiting for at least one of their players to go down. He knows there are snipers on the other team. He knows he can still get instantly killed, even with that heavy class. So he's playing it safe. However, the safer he plays it, the more points Confident will be getting.
For sure, that's one of the things that makes this rush mode such an interesting tiebreaker. The extra tactical decisions that come into play here. Do you make the risky call early to try and end the round out before Confidence can get an overwhelming amount of intel? It looks like we're going to go for the big plays, and it does not work out for Score. Fabian trying to even up the numbers, but it's an uphill battle in more than one way. Fabian going up the stairs looking for the kill, needs to get it immediately, but will not find it, and Confident go into the last round under the best possible circumstances.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of got overwhelmed there. He knew there was two players up there, didn't really know which one to aim at just in time, but Score might have an advantage going into this match. Although they lost, they are down a player. Confident is down a player, which could help out Score for this final round. Now, Score, maybe they will learn their lessons from that first few rounds. That Confident really likes taking control of that relay. Maybe they're going to actually try to deny that from happening this time. And if that's possible, Confidence might actually lose this round.
It's going to be certainly a heartbreaker for them. They've been fighting extremely hard, but yes, perhaps the strategies have become a little bit too predictable, that Score are able to go for an early punish, and perhaps they themselves try and draw out extra members. Fabian gets another kill through. Confident stripped down to a single member now. Tech desperately trying to make the last stand at the relay point against the 4 remaining members of Score, but it's no contest at all. Score Gaming win out. They will be going forward to face off against the Tryouts.
Quite an intense matchup between these two teams. Quite unfortunate as well that Confidence did lose that one member on the final round possible. But it is what it is, and we will be moving on to our semifinals for today. Guys, we also will be drawing that YouTube giveaway winner in just a few short moments once I pull up Nightbot right here, your favorite bot in the whole wide world, and we'll find out who our winner on our YouTube page is. Alright, and looks like we have our winner for today on YouTube. Congratulations to Alpha, Beta, Gamma. All you need to do is post your dog tag and platform into the YouTube chat to claim your credit prize. Alrighty, and we are into our first semifinal match of the evening. We have Destiny Tryouts versus Score Gaming. Destiny Tryouts already starting off quite strong with a 3-0 lead against Score. Score is just struggling to pick up that first blood of their own. We do see them being a bit more aggressive, just trying to push up, but Destiny just shutting them down.
Yeah, Destiny looking incredibly strong in the early going. I'm just looking through the match history. If we go back to January Cup number 1, Destiny's tryout team, which we've got playing here, actually lost to Score Gaming in the first round of that competition. I think looking to get a little bit of revenge on the Mexican team Score right now. Certainly, Destiny's starting off amazingly in the early going.
Score just trying to find some kills of their own. They are finally able to recover some points, but the fact that Destiny was able to get such an early and strong lead over Score does put a lot more pressure on these Score members, does really waver their confidence in this first match right here. You do see them slowly starting to fight back though, only 4 kills away.
Yes, an impressive recovery from Score. It takes a lot of internal discipline from a team to be looking down the barrel of a 10-kill lead, like Destiny Tryouts did, and still continue to fight with as much ferocity. It can seem like it's an insurmountable obstacle, but Score are slowly but surely catching up and proving that they have got what it takes to stay competitive in a less than ideal situation.
Score only needing one more kill to actually catch up. They are able to tie the game as well, and we have Fabian picking up all his kill streaks, the bomber, the airstrike, and the drone. This could be the comeback for Score as we see them pull ahead.
Wow. Certainly would not have expected that based on the early going. Gibbs gonna be the top scorer for Score right now. Actually, the rest of the team are less than half of the kills of Gibbs individually. 10 kills of Gibbs, 4 for the best remaining members of Score. So a lot of Score's success, I think, is going to be laid at Gibbs's feet. We'll see if those feet are big enough for the shoes he's got to fill. 1 kill behind for Score. Destiny get 1 more.
Score slowly starting to wobble just a bit as they do fall behind Destiny. Destiny trying to regroup in a different location of the map, which has been working out. Score hasn't been able to rapidly pick up as many kills as before. The question is, will Score be able to recover? We've seen it once before. We see them just preparing to rush out, having a lot of recon players as well. They did pretty rapidly change up their classes.
Yeah, that adaptability, I'm sure, is going to serve them extremely well as Score equalize and take the lead once again. Hacksaw, based on what we've seen so far, do you have any feeling about which one of these two will come out of an incredibly close match?
Well, in games like this, it's very, very hard to tell, especially with Destiny starting with such a strong lead and just falling behind. I feel like their confidence is going to be shook right there. And we do see Score just picking up these multi-kills one after the other, but Destiny's still doing that on their own as well. So it's very difficult to tell who would actually come out on top in this situation. It really will go down to the wire and who really utilizes their score streaks, who utilizes their positioning the best.
So as we come up to the 2.5 minute remaining mark, I notice with this channel over on the YouTube page, prefer it if you could keep the hate speech to a minimum, please, very much, thank you. Be putting you in timeout for a while to think about is to not say things like that. Anyway, back to the competition itself, which still seems incredibly even. 2 minutes left to play, but I think we'll be seeing the 50 kill mark hit before that timer goes down to 0.
Destiny just pulling ever so slightly ahead. 2 kills could be quite massive, especially since we are down to the wire right here. Sultan and Stealth pushing up. Stealth getting taken out. Sultan at very critical HP gets taken out by Gibbs. Now Score is in the lead. Destiny just wanting to stay back, wanting to try to pick up some more kills. Score losing a member might impact them for this final few kills of the match, but we'll have to keep an eye out on that.
At least Gibbs is still in contention. If anything, Score may have found some advantage from the losing out one of their lesser scoring members, but Destiny have got a 2-kill advantage. 2 kills remaining before this is going to be over. Score desperately trying to catch up. These last few kills will determine who will be seizing the advantage in this final series.
Destiny picking up the last 2 kills, were able to pull through. However, that was quite a close game. You wouldn't have expected it to be that close, especially with what happened at the beginning of the match. But Destiny was able to pull through, even though Score put quite a hard fight in as well.
Yes, honestly, I'm really impressed by what we saw from both teams. Destiny really coming out and making it themselves very heavily established in the other game. Score coming back again and again to not be able to finish it off at the last second. It may well have had something to do with that one member of Score who dropped out in the last minute, where everything went a little bit sideways for Score. Losing out by 2 kills is nothing to be ashamed of, though. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Destiny Tryout team and Score have got in store for us in game number 2 of our semifinals.
Game number 2 will be a museum, so I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of snipers getting pulled out in just a few short moments. But, you know, it might be different. Maybe we'll get surprised for once. Only time will tell. We are back at it on the museum. Score and Destiny Tryouts battling it out. Destiny Tryouts just pulling ahead, just winning that previous matchup, and they are looking for that second win so they can move up to the finals for today. Score is going to put everything on the line in this match to make sure that they don't get wiped out after getting this far.
As we've mentioned before, Score Gaming, often the bridesmaid, very rarely the bride. VIP and Vet are waiting in our grand finals for whoever comes out ahead in this series. But as much as last game was even, Destiny Tryout did get an early advantage, and they look to be trying to do the same again on the museum.
We see Destiny pulling quite a bit ahead. They are just rushing in, taking out all these Score members. Score, I feel like this is like a feeling of deja vu here, with Score falling behind early game, but maybe they'll have, maybe they'll be able to recover just like they did the previous match. We do see them picking up a few kills, but since it is a different map, since the layout is so odd compared to the previous map, it's going to be a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah, well, Score have caught up a lot earlier into game number 2 than 1. We'll see if Score, the Mexican team, can keep pace through the later game. If we do see a copy of last time round, then Score Gaming will pull themselves ahead by a small margin again and again. But towards the late game, Destiny Tryout team will make the resurgence and come back in. That double airstrike kill from Score, though, is pretty tasty. But so far, the pattern does seem to be holding between Score and Destiny Tryout team. We'll see if Score can hold on for just that little bit longer this time round.
Score gonna be looking for some more players. Destiny just trying to find a way to get back in this lead right here. Gibbs picking up the kill on Devin. Devin gonna have to respawn now. Destiny trying to regroup, or at least it seems like most of them are trying to regroup. We have people like Stealth pushing ahead, being a bit more aggressive than you might think. Stealth may be trying to bait them out, and it looks like the bait kind of worked. He's making the Score members just peek out in the open, and they are able to take them down.
Nice strategy there. As the brutal fighting breaks out, managing to be heavy casualties from both sides, equalizing at 20 apiece at the 4-minute mark. Honestly, pretty impressive stuff from both sides. Definitely leaving nothing behind on their quest to make it through to the finals. Destiny, though, do get themselves into the lead once again. Will be able to join our finals if they can win out this game.
Denthi spawning a few people around this corner, is able to take out one. Danny there to support him, taking out the second one as well. Score just holding on ever so slightly. 26-28 now, as Destiny just pulls ever so slightly ahead. We see Stealth just trying to stay grouped up with his team, just trying to control these hallways. Devin X putting in work as well.
The interesting thing about Stealth for the Destiny side is has the most kills, but also the most deaths, I think, in the game. So it's being a source of perhaps a little bit of Score's continued survival in this match. Fabian will be the top scorer for Score right now, managing to keep their own death numbers relatively light. But still, Score are a step or two behind as we start to get closer and closer to that 50 kill limit.
Score just looking for some kills, just trying to find a way to come back from this match, but they're not really finding too many, and Destiny has been upping their aggression. We see Saras, Devin, Sultan all pushing up, just taking down multitude of these Score members. Score really needs to pull back. They really would need to win this match if they want any chance of moving up to the finals, but it doesn't seem like it at this point in time. Destiny only needs to get 2 more kills to finish up this match.
Score will have to say goodbye. We now know who our grand finalists will be. The Destiny Tryouts squad will be heading there to face up against VIP and Vet, who have slaughtered their way through the competition so far. Should be a pretty excellent grand final, best of 5 as always. Will Destiny Tryouts be able to pull off the first tournament? I think going to be their first tournament win of the month, but certainly not their first finals place.
And here we have it, the finals for today. Destiny Tryouts versus VIP and Vet. Almost a feeling of deja vu right here. Destiny Tryouts, I believe they were in the finals last week as well.
Yes, they got to. Though the team that beat them last time round aren't actually taking part in competition, which I'm going to try and remember myself. Yes, Victory of Lords. The Vol 2 team, the kind of backup Vol team, were beaten out by VIP and Vet, the team playing on the red team. So, the Destiny Tryout teams get their first shot at tournament gold here and the €100 prize, which comes along with winning today's tournament. We'll see who's going to take the first game on rooftops. Early indications seem to point to a very even game and hopefully a very even series.
Well, we've seen even games before, past few matches with Destiny Tryouts. However, they always seem to prevail. Right now, they aren't doing as good as they would like. We do see VIP and Vet putting a bit of pressure on them. But it could also be the map. There might be too much fog. It's hard to see people. Lots of excuses that they could use starting off this match. All right, now we see them in ferocious gunfights. As you see, VIP and Vet is just able to hold on to that 3-point lead.
The best performing member at the moment is going to be RTXU 3-1. Though there's a lot of similar records on the VMV side, who overall are looking pretty good as a team. 3 kills up is a pretty good place to be in a game which has been dead even for a while, but VAV, of course, looking to maybe try and extend out that lead, puts DTS into an uncomfortable situation where they have to get points, and it makes them even more vulnerable.
And on this map as well, it's very, very easy to watch your back. So you could have just one player at the end of the hallway, making sure that no one's going for the flank, and just alert the rest of the team if someone does start trying to rotate. It just makes it much more difficult for Destiny Tryouts to actually push in. We saw a lot of them using those recon classes. You would want to be going for the flanks for that extra damage as well, but the fact that they're so grouped up, it makes it much more difficult to do. I feel like a push right here with maybe a heavy could really loosen up VIP and Vet's hold of this location. But we'll have to see if they think of that strat themselves.
Yeah, I really do like the heavy on the rooftops. There's certainly a lot of opportunities to really abuse the slack, the explosive damage going through the floors and walls to be able to pick off some nice kills if your team's coordinated enough to locate the appropriate target. Still, VMV, as we talked about before, grab themselves a lead and continue to build on it. Now 6 ahead. DTS really need to change things up, or the trajectory seems to be to a pretty comfortable VMV Game 1 victory.
Well, we do see Stealth finally pulling out a heavy class. The question is, will he be able to utilize it right here? He knows there's a few players around this corner. I'm using the shotgun at first, maybe to soften them up. Gets rushed out by Grizzly. Grizzly picking up a nice double kill right there, and just keeping them under control. We see Destiny trying to push up, but maybe they're not committing fully to it. We have a few people pushing in, not really doing a full team push, which probably would work out the best. We see Stealth trying to push in once again with that heavy class, able to do some damage, but gets taken out.
Now building up to a 11 kill advantage for VIP and Vet. Both the teams playing here today are American teams coming into this one, but VMV looking extremely good right now. Just seem to have been able to layer on pressure after pressure to the Destiny Tryout side. And we'll see if VMV can keep it up all the way to that 50 kill mark, or if time will run out beforehand.
Yeah, just as this game progresses, we see VMV just constantly increasing their score and constantly increasing their lead, putting pressure that Destiny Tryouts was not expecting coming into this match. As you see, even some of the best players from Destiny Tryouts are not doing as well as we've seen previously. Sara is going 1-4, Sultan going 4-8, Stealth 4-10. The scores are all over the place, except for the scores on VNV's side.
Just checking through some of the members of Violence, Red and VIP and Vet to see how much of a crossover there is. Certainly Ra 1 who is the team owner of VIP and Vet, is going to be a well-known member of the Violence side. But let's see. I think that's gonna. Oh yes, there's actually a few other members. Sam at 222, also going to be a member of Violence Red. So we're kind of seeing a little bit of the same from both these teams. Arguably, you could call this a Destiny versus Violence Grand Final, harking back to several months ago when the two American teams were the most dominant forces in Modern Combat 5. But the VMV team do have a few new faces as well.
Well, we do see this game is starting to come to a close with only 40 seconds left in the match, and VNV having such a massive lead over Destiny Tryouts. 20 kills ahead. Pretty much impossible to come back in these final 30 seconds, and we will be having to go on to game number 2.
VMV very, very comfortable right now. 30 seconds left to play. Wonder if Destiny will try and come back and find some pride, at least, in these last dying moments. VMV, I think, sitting back more than content to play with their food, taking their time getting those final few kills through. I think we're going to have a timeout rather than a full score limit hit. So, game 2 is going to back into VMV with the momentum.
As we load into game 2, we have to think what will come out of this second match on construction site. We did see VIP and Vet take quite a strong lead from that first game, but we might see some different gameplay styles here, especially since the map is quite a bit different than Rooftops.
Oh, for sure. I think Destiny training team and Valorant's training team, as I guess we can more or less call them, for the purpose of this, some pretty. I was just double checking in to make sure I got it right. Ra1, Lunatic, Sam 222. Before Maka. So yes. Oh, okay. And Maka's also on VIP and Vet. So VIP and Vet actually have more Violence members than the Destiny Triad team have Destiny members. So we've kind of got this weird evolution of the kind of the team kind of system here, where Destiny and Violence apparently have gotten so big as far as teams goes, they need to have dedicated training teams to bring the next generation of Modern Combat 5 players to our screens. So far, though, in the second game, Destiny looking pretty good in the early going.
Yeah, we did see Ra1 put in quite a bit of work for that first game. However, he's not able to really pick up as many kills starting off. He did die one time. Last time, I believe he went like 15-2. So just a massive amount of help to VIP and Vet. This time, Destiny feeling a lot more confident about this map, feeling a lot more confident about the spawns, are able to put a lot more pressure onto VIP and Vet. VIP and Vet trying to stay back, trying to group up like they were doing before, but it's not as effective.
VIP and Vet did get that first game pretty convincingly, but perhaps in this best of 5 series, we may well be looking down a 1-1 if this early game is anything to go by. Destiny training squad doing some very nice work in the early going. Now the pace has slackened somewhat. We've gotten down to the sniper standoff, both sides not willing to show their faces for risk of losing further kills.
Destiny, now that they have the lead, they're playing a bit more passively, just trying to stay back, just trying to pick up people who just peek out once in a while, and it's working out in their favor. Now, we thought maybe because that first game, VIP and Vet was going to pretty much be dominating the second match, but the fact that we see Destiny coming back so strong is very good to show that this could be a very, very competitive finals.
Yeah, Mamoon being the #1 scorer in the game right now, taken down briefly, but back into contention. But Mamoon 7-2 does get taken out though by VMV, who've got a chance while Mamoon stays down, or at least away from the main source of action, to get some points back for themselves. We certainly have seen our share of big comebacks. Score Gaming showing us how it is possible to come back from this kind of massive deficit that VMV are laboring under. We'll see if they can do it for Game 2 of our Grand Finals.
We see VIP and Vet slowly starting to pick up some more kills. However, will they be able to get enough momentum to actually take back the lead from Destiny? Destiny still just trying to hold on to this back portion of the map, grouped up there. We see Rex picking up another kill on Maka, and V&V finally able to separate the Destiny team into two separate parts.
Definitely more easily digestible in smaller pieces. V&V starting to catch up, erasing a lot of the lead the Destiny Tryout squad have accumulated in the early going, now down to just 3, but time is short, less than 3 minutes left to play, so it's going to come down to those individual kills once more. Don't think we're going to see a 50 kill mark here, so snipers become extremely important.
Maka pushing in, getting nice 2 kills right there, and you can see how quickly V&V was able to actually close up the lead. They only need to pick up 3 more to actually tie this game. With 2 minutes left, this is still very possible for them to do. The question is, will Destiny allow that to happen, or will they hold on for this second game? They do have control of this catwalk. They do have a pretty good vision of the map, but V&V has slightly more cover in terms of just staying inside of the construction site. They are still picking up some kills, but V&V still fighting back.
4 kills separate. Less than 2 minutes left to play for the side of V&V. Maka has got the most kills along with RTX Yo. Maka also has the most deaths in the game by a long around 12 deaths to just 7 kills. It's down to RTX U, who is 7-5 so far, to try and pick up some of that slack. Fighting breaking out once more.
Talking about slack, we see VIP and Vet pulling out some heavies, which could be good in pushing into this area right here. We see Maka right here trying to do some explosive damage. Does critically wound a lot of these players on the catwalk, but it does not actually finish them off. And now it's really up to this final minute of the match. We do see some kill streaks getting thrown around by VIP and Vet, able to push Destiny out of that one spot they were in before, but they still have fallen so much further behind than they were just moments ago.
Yeah, Destiny really stepping up in the latter half of this game, building themselves up an insurmountable lead at this point, I think. If anything, I think that Destiny Tryouts squad might actually be trying to show off by getting all the way to 50 kills before the time runs down. V&V having their momentum stolen out from under them in Game 2.
We see VIP and Vet just holding on for the final few seconds of the match, but it seems like we're probably going to hit the score limit, and there it is, as we see the last kill coming in with the sniper rifle, with the lack, giving Destiny the point they need to tie up this matchup.
Means we've gone down to the last 3 games of our best of 5. Next game will provide that one game one more game advantage, rather. Whoever wins that next one, very close to finishing off the series, but it's been extremely close so far. Let us know in the chat. You can see some support for the Tryouts side. VMV showed us what they were capable of as well in game one, so I think it's anybody's finals so far.
We will be finishing up our final giveaway in starting our final giveaway right now for our Mob Crush page. All you need to do is head over to our Mob Crush page, which is mobcrush.com/moderncombat, and just type in #finals. We will be drawing the winner for that once we have a winner for today's cup. So make sure you do get your entries in. Game number 3. We are back on the streets once again. The streets where we have seen quite a bit of aggressive gameplay before, especially with all these close range locations. But even with that being the case, we still have a lot of snipers on both sides. Only a few heavies, which can be quite useful in these close quarter situations. But the fact that they still see so many long range weapons could be one of the reasons why we see Destiny starting off so much better than VIP and Vet.
Yeah, Destiny have got the momentum from that previous game win to try and carry that forward in this series and show us what they can do. Certainly taking some good use of the vastly different areas on the streets, these close quarters, very much amenable to a good old slacking over the floor and the ceiling as well at times. But the long-range sniper lanes do exist as well. And of course we've got the always popular hyper-defensive posture, which at this point DTS could actually afford to adopt on the streets, but they seem to be happy enough to get things mixed up close and personal style.
Even though they are playing close quarters, they still have double the points over VIP and Vet. VIP and Vet just trying to find a way to really regroup, trying to find a way to retool. They are able to pick up some kills, but just VIP and Vet, Destiny, just the way they're playing is quite aggressive, and they can't really adapt in time.
That was really impressive stuff from the Destiny Tryout squad. Very much hungry for their first tournament win. Really sticking the knife into VMV, the Violent squad, who have been they've got full of very historically successful players, but apparently not cohering quite as well as Destiny are in this game number 3. Huge lead from Destiny might be too much for VMV to come back from.
Destiny is still just trying to push in, still just trying to keep them really scattered apart, because that's one of the reasons why they were able to do so good. We had Destiny just pushing in as a group. We had VNV really getting scattered around the map, which made it hard for them to really focus on one area. And now that Destiny's kind of laid off, VIP and Vet has a chance to push in as a group. They have a chance to really reorganize, but will that be enough for them to come back?
It seems like it may not be. At the moment, we're looking at 13 kills on Demonex for the side of the Destiny Tryout squad. Really the standout player of the game. Everyone else's scores very close together, but there's just this one outlier who is doing a lot of the work in this game. 3 minutes 45 left to play, but the kills have been pouring in for Destiny. I don't think we're going to see that time run dry before this game is over.
Yeah, just the fact they only need 13 more kills without even hitting that 4-minute mark. It's surprising, or at least 4 minutes through the game mark. VNV maybe they should have adjusted from that first game. Maybe they should have realized what was going to happen from that first game, but it seems like that was not the case. I thought they were going to be using a lot more close-range weapons. We do see some people starting to switch over, like we have Raw1 now using the Maelstrom, the shotgun, and Raw1, the key player in that first game they played, now going 2-9. You can just see how the tide has turned. Wow,
that's a crazy thing to be talking about. Raw1, who's one of the really well-known players of Modern Combat 5 as an esport. To be doing that poorly in this game seems that something very dramatically has gone wrong for VMV here. Violence, who are making up a good majority of the VMV team. Violence Red were the winners of the December finals, so they are an extremely accomplished team, but still Destiny absolutely schooling them on the streets. And now Destiny only one game away from becoming our champions of the day.
Well, it's going to be quite interesting to see how this last match does turn out in the end. VIP and Vet really does need to retool. They really do need to reorganize for this last match, which will be on conversion. But we'll have to see how that turns out. Guys, make sure you're also entering our Mob Crush giveaway with #finals going on right now. mobcrush.com/moderncombat for a chance to win credits before this tournament is over. Loading onto the conversion, we have VIP and VIT versus Destiny Tryouts for what might actually be the final match of the evening.
Joining us on commentary will be Slipper my cat, who you'll hear purring gently in the background. But if you hear me go, ow, 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 it's because he's decided to claw me in the face.
Lovely animal companions, man, just to give you the support to get through this final match. Maybe he will be. You think he's cheering for any of these teams?
I mean, he's got his eyes closed, so I can only assume that means he's a supporter of VMV. I don't know what the implication is there at all, but it just felt like the kind of thing which sounds like a joke, so I decided I'd make it anyway.
All right. Well, we are going into this match quite aggressively, starting it off. VMV finally stepping it up. So they are doing better than they were doing the past 2 games. Destiny still trying to put that pressure on. They only need to win this last match to actually finish off VMV.
Yeah, 2-1 in favor of the Destiny Tryouts, who have managed to come back from the early advantage that VMV seized for themselves. Just as you said before, Hacksaw, there's this very delicate and complex interplay of emotions on the team. Being ahead feels great. Then having that lead evaporate so quickly can be just as detrimental, if not more so, to a team's morale, as Destiny, now the ones in the lead themselves, looking pretty confident, coming out with 4 untraded kills in a row. VMV in a little bit of trouble here, having to respawn, but also face down Destiny's guns at the same time.
You see a lot of players just pushing in from Destiny, that aggressive playstyle we've seen so many times before. VIP and VET starting to stagger as you see their teammates are just spawning in different locations. They're spawning at different times as well. And the rush from Destiny, quite effective from the few times we've seen it before. Ra1 still not doing as good as we've seen him do previously. And that might have just been a match of a lifetime for him. But he would need to see something like that again if they want any chances of winning this match.
Destiny just about to break through the 20 kill mark, I suspect. Ra1, we've mentioned them before. One of the star players, honestly, of the league in general, has been struggling a lot in this series against DTS, but has a chance of redemption. Instead, we'll get a bullet to the face from Rekt.
B just holding back, just trying to regroup. Destiny just slowly picking them off one at a time. We do see some kills coming back from them, but the fact that Destiny already has this 5-point lead, the fact that Destiny is pushing in as a team, feeling a lot more coordinated than these VNV players, just really does give them the confidence just to continuously push. We do see Lunatic spotting a few players. Is he able to pick up 1? Is he able to pick up 2? Gets shot in the back. Knows there's someone behind him. But looks like his teammates finally got that. And he unfortunately gets taken out by Devin's airstrike.
Destiny still ahead by 7, 3 minutes 30 left to play. Maka and Ra1 both managed to get kills before one is traded back across. It seems like Destiny have decided to go for the old traditional route on so many of these maps, while now that they are in the lead, taking possession of the eastern quadrant of the map and trying to force VMV to come to them. However, the more determined strategy doesn't seem to be working out as much as a try and run at the opposing team as fast as possible. Certainly a viable choice as well.
VNV, as you see right here, they just keep on getting spawn trapped. They keep on spawning in that one back location, and just Destiny pushing in from both sides at the same time, able to clear them out, and just the cycle continues. Destiny pulling ahead with a massive 12-point lead already. Airstrikes being deployed, kill streaks being used just to take down a lot of these members. Lunatic almost getting hit again with that airstrike, but he's able to just sidestep it slightly. And you could just see Devin X just rushing in with that sniper, no-scoping like crazy. Just very aggressive plays from Destiny.
They're extremely close to Destiny potentially claiming their first tournament win of at least recent memory. They are, of course, a recent team in of themselves. We'll see what they can do here. VMV still close behind, but Destiny closing in rapidly on that 50 kill limit. 3 more kills and they will be our champions of the day.
You see Mamoon just up as well as the rest of the Destiny team. Just trying to get those final few kills. Mamoon's able to pick up 1 kill with the sniper rifle, and we do see Devin picking up that last kill as well. And that will be it. Destiny Tryouts taking out VIP and Vet, securing that 3-1 victory for today's finals.
Congratulations to our champions. Exceptionally well played. Those last 3 games really just turned it around from what looked like a VMV. The potential for a VMV dominated finals became unrecognizable game by game. Destiny Tryout squad get that first tournament win. We may have a new flavor of Destiny in town to challenge the pre-existing teams.
Anyways, that will be it for our broadcast today. Our brackets have now come to a close. As we know, Destiny Tryouts are this week's champions for our Go4 Red January Cup number 4. So they will also be able to get some extra points for going to the January finals as well.
Yes, those Go4 points determined by how you place in these weekly tournaments. Whoever has the most will seed first in the tournaments for €500. So every single match, every single tournament matters. The Destiny Tryouts will, I'm sure, be back again, trying to make sure they cement that first spot place and the best chance at getting that big pot of cash.
Alright, we will be finishing up the last part of our stream as well, which will be our Mob Crush giveaway. And we do have our winner for that as well. So congratulations to T-Jas Sawant. All you need to do is post your dog tag and platform into the chat to claim your prize. Anyways, that will be it for today's broadcast. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you do follow us on our social media platforms so you know when we go live. We will have, I believe, another set of cups coming up next week as well.
Yes, I believe so. If you go to the ESL Modern Combat page, which is play.eslgaming.com/modern-combat/global, you too can check out the upcoming tournaments in your own time zones. Android will be coming up next Friday with Blue and Red following afterwards.
That will be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. This is Haxer here with Peter.
And don't forget Slipper as well. He was helping.
Hey, true. And we'll see you next time. Peace.